My boyfriend's tomboy friend cut the strings of my swimsuit, smirking triumphantly. Just playing a game. Sis, you're not mad, are you? My boyfriend wrapped an arm around her and said casually, mad? Her? If I just crook my finger, she'll come running obediently. He wasn't wrong. Ever since awakening my succubus nature, I've always felt so uncomfortable. Amidst the roaring laughter, I bent over, clutching my chest, and suddenly saw the live comments. Is this another cliché where the female lead gets physically and emotionally abused by the scumbag and the other woman until she's battered and bruised before leaving, only for the scumbag to have a sudden change of heart and chase her in a fiery pursuit? I'm done with this. When will these fake authors stop writing such misogynistic trash? Damn it, refund my money. Exactly. Is the female lead blind? Why not turn around and look at the monk bro next to her? Guess why he's always wearing prayer beads and acting like an unattainable flower? It's because he's genuinely holding back a hidden condition. He's even secretly hoarding all sorts of tools in the basement. Cold and crazy. That's what us premium members deserve to watch. I froze for a moment, then quietly moved closer to the coldest, most abstinent monk in the circle. Sensing his intense energy, I blushed, biting my lip and softly asking, hello, may I have a kiss? The room fell silent for a moment. Lin Xian, what kind of joke is this? Get over here now. My boyfriend Noah Ning immediately changed his expression, scolding me in a fluster, while forcing a smile at Lucas Liu. She's just upset with me. Lucas, please don't take it to heart. Lucas Liu wasn't wearing swimwear. His white shirt was buttoned neatly up to the top, with prayer beads at his side. His expression was serene, surrounded by a faint scent of sandalwood. He was someone they couldn't normally reach, nor afford to offend. He slightly lifted his gaze, casting a subtle glance my way. His eyes were like glass, clear and translucent. My heart raced uncontrollably. Could those live comments have been deceiving me? This is a matter crucial to my livelihood. Not long ago, I awakened my succubus constitution. I heard the first heat cycle for a succubus is particularly hard to endure. I must find prey to relieve my desires. As my heat cycle approaches, I'm finding it harder to resist. The surging tides within my body always leave me feeling so hot and uncomfortable. I followed Noah Ning here, intending to use him to get through my heat cycle. He's fairly handsome, reasonably tall. His size probably isn't too bad, right? But before I could test the goods, his tomboy friend Jade Jiang intercepted him. We were just playing truth or dare. Jade sat on Noah's lap, feeding him blueberries mouth to mouth. They kissed until strings formed between their lips, so intimate it made people want to scream. Amidst the cheering, Jade wrapped her arms around Noah's neck and smugly winked at me. Bro Ning was just helping me out. We've been used to playing like this between us good buddies. You don't mind, do you, sis? I bit my lip, my eyelashes fluttering slightly. I put on the appearance of being wounded and broken, yet enduring with deep affection. A fragile look. This is one of our succubus techniques for luring prey. The most sophisticated hunters often appear in the guise of prey. After awakening, a succubus unconsciously exudes an alluring charm. My pitiful appearance instantly drew the gazes of the men around me. Jade Jiang gritted her teeth in resentment and, under the guise of the game, snipped the ties of my swimsuit again. The pure white swimsuit was fastened with a pink bow, exuding a girlish charm. It accentuated my curvaceous figure, blending innocence with seduction. The bikini slipped down, revealing vast stretches of pale, smooth skin and deep curves. It was almost on the verge of spilling out. With nothing left to conceal, I let out a startled cry, clutching the thin scrap of fabric over my chest, tears welling in my eyes. Like a fragile, helpless little rabbit, I provoked even more heated, ill-intentioned stares from all around. In the next round of the game, I lost. As expected, dare French kiss a member of the opposite sex for 10 minutes. Amid a chorus of malicious laughter, Noah Ning, with Jade Jiang in his arms, freed one leg and gestured impatiently with a hook of his hand. I can't do anything with you. Come here, Lin Xian. The crowd around them started teasing. Bro Ning really knows how to handle his woman, having such a beautiful girlfriend who's so obedient. Bro Ning's got his arms full, enjoying the blessings of having multiple beauties. I felt a bit uncomfortable inside. His lips just kissed by Jade Jiang, and now he wants me to kiss them? No one wants to eat someone else's leftovers. Just as I was hesitating, I saw the live comments. Without a second thought, I immediately sat down next to the rumored aloof and detached Lucas Liu. The air around him was cool, yet it radiated a rich, enticing aura, fragrant. I swallowed hard, my whole body feeling as if it were on fire. So thirsty, so hot. I never want to have Noah Ning's leftovers again. The man beside me was dressed in a shirt and trousers, covering his skin completely, broad shoulders, narrow waist, long legs. Yet he was as restrained and upright as a monk. It makes me want to tear open his white shirt, bite his slender neck, press down on the back of his hand where veins bulge, and shatter all his lofty elegance and dignity, drag him down from his cold, pristine pedestal, and savor him properly. So thrilling. My eyes lit up to taste this exquisite delicacy. I pulled out all the stops. I tightened my arms around my chest, accentuating my curves even more proudly. Softly, as if unintentionally, I brushed against the man's arm, then shyly pulled away. I looked up at him from the most perfect angle, blinking my dewy, doe-like eyes. Blushing, I bit my lip and asked in a tiny voice, "Hello, may I have a kiss?" He glanced down indifferently, saying nothing. Unconvinced, I decided to try harder, but Noah Ning rushed over, grabbed my hand, and tried to pull me away from Lucas Liu. "Sorry, Mr. Liu, she's being immature and ruining your mood." I cursed him inwardly for ruining my fun. I let out a feigned, frightened scream as I shook him off. I took the chance to slap him hard across the face. Seizing the opportunity, I threw myself into Lucas Liu's arms. In the movement, the thin fabric drifted down leisurely. Softness pressed tightly against Lucas Liu's chest. As I pinned him down on the sofa, I took advantage of the chaos to give him a squeeze. So firm, so well built. Lucas Liu's atoms apple bobbed slightly as he let out a restrained groan. His panting made my whole body go weak, melting completely against him, making me crave him even more. I'm so hungry. He's so tempting. If the leads in such a steamy and explosive scene were anyone else, the screams would probably have been loud enough to capsize the ship. But this was Lucas Liu. Everyone fell silent, not even daring to breathe loudly. Only the live comments went wild. Holy crap, what is the female lead doing? Is she trying to make the male lead jealous by using the aloof monk? Getting back at him for flirting with his tomboy friend in front of her? Since when does a tragic romance heroine have such tactics? The female lead is supposed to be an innocent little bunny. With her swimsuit cut, she must feel helpless. She went to the monk, like second male lead precisely because he's cold and abstinent, thinking he wouldn't do anything to her. Upstairs +1, the male lead so-called friends were eyeing the female lead like they wanted to devour her. Only the monk second male lead is cool and upright, relatively safe. Safe? Ha 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 ha. This is truly like throwing a lamb to the wolves. If the monk bro's seal really gets lifted, I can't even imagine what comes next. Heh heh. The monk's second male lead is definitely strong. He's clearly been holding back for ages, yet he acts all aloof on the surface. If I didn't know he came for the female lead, I'd have been fooled by his act. LOL. Who was it that pretended to chant sutras, meditate, and count prayer beads, only to be driven to complete corruption by the male and female lead's extreme push and pull, secretly even preparing a pure gold birdcage and ankle chain? Shouldn't the female lead consider the monk's second male lead? Whoa, even though his face is cold, other parts of him are hot. Even though his mouth is tough, other parts of him are even tougher. Upstairs, put on some pants. This is the comment section, not the Wild West. I stared wide-eyed, swallowing hard. I glanced at the man I was pinning down, with stunning looks that commanded the entire scene. Fair skin, and clear, shallow eyes, exuding an ethereal coldness, as if untouched by worldly affairs. Could he really like someone else? And that someone is me? Live comments. This isn't something to joke about. As our gazes met, Lucas Liu snapped back to reality, as if electrified, instinctively trying to push me away. I steeled my heart, let out a soft whimper, and tightened my embrace around Lucas Liu, pressing close against his chest, trembling slightly, pleading with him in a tearful voice. Whimper, Mr. Liu, please, don't look at me. Lucas Liu's hand froze instantly. A hazy mist clouded his clear, shallow eyes. A vivid blush quickly spread across his fair cheeks, extending all the way to his ears, exploding in intensity. Oh my, I keenly sensed a certain change pressing against me. I subtly rubbed against it. Lucas Liu's breath hitched, his abdominal muscles tensing up. The size seems quite impressive. I couldn't be more satisfied, but on my face, I deliberately widened my dough, like eyes in feigned shock, biting my lip with a pout. Liu, Mr. Liu, how could you? Lucas Liu's eyes darkened slightly as he reached for a nearby towel and draped it over me. After he propped himself up, I remained steadily nestled in his embrace. His core strength is quite good. His waist strength is also excellent. Clearly, the live comments felt the same. He lifted the female lead so effortlessly. That waist power, that toned waist, if he held her standing up. I can't even imagine how amazing it would feel. Stop it. Isn't he already having the time of his life? The female lead is so soft, so fair, so voluptuous, and pressed against him with nothing in between. The monk must regret wearing clothes today, right? A century later, Lucas Liu's epitaph. The greatest regret of my life was wearing a white shirt to the pool party. Despite his body tensing up and his ears burning red, Lucas Liu's gaze remained icy cold as he looked at me, as if he were looking at some filthy thing that had tainted him. If it weren't for these live comments and young Lucas Liu's enthusiasm, I truly wouldn't dare to get close to him. What a hypocrite. Instead of pulling away, I wrapped my arms around his neck. Lifting my head, I pressed my lips to his cherry, pink ones, and gently kissed him. The heartbeat pressed against me suddenly became deafeningly loud. Under the towel, the hand gripping my waist tightened abruptly. With such force it felt like he wanted to crush me into his embrace. Lin Xian, what are you doing? Let go of young Master Liu immediately. Noah Ning finally let out a sharp, piercing cry. He wanted to pull me away, but hesitated due to Lucas Liu's status. Frantically pacing around in anxiety, reluctantly breaking the brief kiss. I innocently explained, but the game rules require kissing for 10 minutes, and it has to be a French kiss. Silence fell around us, no one daring to speak. They wanted to play this vulgar game, hoping to embarrass and humiliate me. But who would dare mess with Lucas Liu? I blinked my dough, like eyes, cheeks flushed, and asked softly and politely, Mr. Liu, may I have a kiss? I stuck out a tip of my crimson tongue, the kind of kiss that goes right here. Lucas Liu's gaze darkened, his atoms apple-bobbed, and his molars clenched almost imperceptibly, sitting in his lap. I deliberately rubbed against him while acting coy. His breath hitched, and he gripped my waist tightly, forcing a single word from his throat. With his permission, I carefully leaned in to kiss him. Lucas Liu's response was awkward and passive. His suppressed groans were husky and magnetic, so enticing. I couldn't resist getting carried away and pried open his lips, entwining with his tongue while greedily savoring his abundant vitality. So comfortable. I want more. An unspeakable heat surged from the crown of my head, spreading downward. I can barely keep my ears and tail hidden any longer. I nuzzled against Lucas Liu's lips, seducing him with soft allure. Mr. Liu, I feel like devouring you whole, like chains shattering one by one. A long, imprisoned beast was set free. Lucas Liu's gaze sharpened, and he suddenly kissed me with fierce intensity. Wait, isn't the female lead's character off? Wasn't she supposed to be an innocent little bunny? Why is she clinging to the monk? Like second male lead? I thought it was strange earlier. As the abused heroine in a tragic story, why is she so forward with another man? Shouldn't she be preserving her purity for the scumbag? Ugh, why save herself for a cheating jerk? Does she need a chastity arch? More, like mourning his betrayal. The female lead being impure is disgusting. I'm sick, cheating on the male lead with the second male right in front of him. How shameless. LOL, wasn't this game their idea in the first place? Who here is actually innocent? Why single out the female lead? Just admit you're misogynistic. Seconded. Honestly, the only decent ones here are the monk, like second male lead and the female lead. This development is so satisfying. More, don't stop. 10 minutes was barely enough to take the edge off my hunger. The intense, tangled kiss came to an end. Lucas Liu's usually clear eyes were now hazy, his lips crimson, his face flushed with unsatisfied desire. The aloof monk had been thoroughly dragged down from his divine pedestal. Luckily, only I could witness it. Thrilled, I couldn't resist patting his flushed cheek. Mr. Liu, time's up. Lucas Liu returned to his room early, and no one dared to stop him. Noah Ning was seething with anger but didn't dare show it. He could only endure the smirks and teasing from his buddies about being cuckolded by me. He glared at me furiously, itching to lash out. Ignoring him, I wrapped myself in a towel and headed back to change. While searching for clothes, Jade Jiang entered unnoticed. Lin Xian, I really underestimated you. Bro Noah said you were innocent, but I think you're quite the expert. Her scornful tone was filled with hostility. Jade Jiang, can't stand you fake green tea types. Acting weak and pitiful, so ridiculously affected, all just to lure men. Since you've already got the good stuff, I've lost all interest in Noah. I can't even be bothered to pretend anymore. Oh yes, sis, you're so impressive. Being a tough girl lets you French kiss your bros. Unlike me who has to act weak and pitiful. Jade Jiang was caught off guard, her expression turning ugly. What do you mean by that? I ignored her. Lin Xian, explain yourself clearly. She rushed over and snatched my bag. Believe it or not, I'll throw this bag into the sea and leave you with no clothes to wear. I blinked innocently. Sis, you're so mighty and strong, truly embodying manly courage. I'm so scared. Jade Jiang couldn't swallow her anger and actually threw my bag into the sea. She even smugly delivered a harsh warning. Lin Xian, crossing me won't do you any good. No girl on this ship will lend you clothes. Let's see how you manage. I shrugged nonchalantly. Sis, you're so fierce, what can I do? Guess I'll just have to ask the brothers for clothes. I'm sure they'll welcome me, right? Jade Jiang didn't expect me to respond so boldly and started yelling. Lin Xian, you shameless vixen. What a coincidence. My succubus form happens to be a red fox. I burst out laughing, patting Jade Jiang's shoulder. I said with mock seriousness, Jade Jiang, only you would treat trash like Noah Ning as a treasure. Tomboy friend, that's hilarious. We both know what you're really after. Why, fight over some ordinary guy. Since you like him so much, you can have that garbage. As for me, sis, I'm off to find something much better. I tousled my hair and scratched a few red marks on my neck and shoulders. Wrapped in a towel, I knocked on Lucas Liu's door. Lucas had regained his usual immaculate and aloof demeanor, as if nothing had just happened. I hunched my shoulders, looking pitiful as I whispered softly, Mr. Liu, may I come in? Lucas frowned. Miss Lin, this isn't appropriate. What a hypocrite. Still putting on airs. Just moments ago, who was it that stiffened up like a rocket at a mere hug and gripped my waist so tightly with just one kiss? My eyes instantly welled up, and I sobbed. I'm sorry. I know I'm troubling you, Mr. Liu, but I truly don't know who else to turn to. They threw my purse into the sea. And those guys, they also. I'm too scared to go to them, which is why I came to you, Mr. Liu. Glistening tears rolled down from my lashes. Biting my lip, I tightened my grip on the towel, covering my chest, disheveled long hair, ambiguous marks, humiliating tears, and a shattered me. Perfect. The party nearby had resumed its lively chaos, with someone approaching and teasing. Noah Ning's little girlfriend is really something. Wonder if he's blind. Still tangled up with Jade Jiang. Tomboy friend? Only he could come up with that. What girlfriend? He said it's just for fun, but that figure. And her swimsuit got cut. I'm aching just thinking about it. Noah's ignoring such a beauty. He might as well let me have a go. Wonder where that cut. Up swimsuit went. I'd like to put it to use. Terrified, I threw myself into Lucas Lou's arms, trembling and pleading pitifully. Mr. Lou, please help me. I beg you. Sob. Lucas Lou half-heartedly caught me. Once was chance, twice is familiarity. Veins bulged on his arm, as if he was restraining something with great effort. Miss Lin, I am a man too. I looked up at him innocently. A man's room is not to be entered casually. The dim room stretched endlessly behind him, like a devouring abyss. I traced small circles on his chest with my finger while asking in a coquettish, affected voice, "Is that so? Why is that?" Lucas Lou abruptly seized my mischievous hand, his fingers long and strong. The teasing voices in the hallway grew closer. Lucas Lou's hoarse voice carried a gritted, teeth intensity. "Lin Xian, if you dare come in, don't you regret it?" My towel was roughly torn away as I was dragged into the room. The live comments had been exploding since earlier. Can someone tell me what kind of development this is? Did we suddenly change channels? From PG to R? This is way too intense. The female lead is clearly doing this on purpose, right? Whoever still calls her an innocent little bunny, her character is completely collapsed. How can we have the male lead torment her physically and emotionally, then chase her to the crematorium for a happy ending now? Why settle for a scumbag when the monk, like second lead, clearly outshines the male lead? The female lead seduction game is on point. Don't stop. So, her innocent, pure, and seductive bunny act was all fake. The way she just roasted that supporting female character was so sarcastic. I'd pay for a masterclass. LOL. Isn't this way more satisfying than those trashy novels that just torture women? This combo of the cold, monk, addicted second, lead X the pure, yet seductive succubus female lead is pure gold. So, is it going down like I'm imagining? The suspense is killing me. My VIP dignity just flew out the window. Some of us get it. Some of us do. The room was unlit. I was thrown onto the bed. Lucas Lou's white shirt came off, shrouding my view. The elegant scent of sandalwood from the fabric was intoxicating, making me feel euphoric. I pushed the clothes aside, eagerly ready to dig in. Then I heard him say, "Put this on for now. We'll buy new ones after we disembark." The live comments mirrored my disbelief. Second lead, are you serious? Are you actually aiming to become an immortal or what? I thought the long, suffering, delicate female lead in tragic novels was already the epitome of endurance. But you, my monk second male lead, you are the true ninja turtle of patience. Bro monk, you're truly a monk. Why don't you take a look at the tent pitched below before you speak? Monk second male lead, stop acting. I'm begging you. I'm so pent up I'm about to burst and become the hero in a fairy tale. I am the Buddha. Monk second male lead, I hereby grant you permission to return to secular life. O monk harboring addictive desires, reveal your true power before the female lead. By the command of the Buddha, who once made a pact with you, seal release. I accidentally laughed out loud at the live comments. Yet Lucas Lou's expression suddenly turned solemn, his clear eyes exceptionally detached and emotionless. Is it that funny? I clung to his shirt and cautiously asked, "Mr. Lou, are you angry?" Lucas Lou pursed his lips and remained silent. Under the dim light, I indulged in admiring him without restraint. His pale skin, elegant collarbones, full pectoral muscles. They're a sweet shade of pink. His abs were firm, his waist taut, and the enticing Adonis belt trailed down into. I stared, mesmerized. I no longer wanted to be human. I put on a sweet, coquettish voice and drawled, "So, baby, are you more upset up here or down there?" Lucas Lou had clearly never been teased like this before. Instantly flushing crimson, a deep red spread from his ears down to the nape of his neck as he scolded me sternly. "Miss Lin, you're Noah Ning's girlfriend. Please show some self-respect." If I hadn't seen those live comments, I might have actually been intimidated by his icy reprimand. My eyes sparkling, I looked at him and said nonchalantly, "He just did that with another girl and let them bully me. He's not my boyfriend anymore." Lucas's face remained frosty. "Even so, I'm not someone Miss Lin can mess around with casually. If Miss Lynn is just trying to win back a relationship or ease loneliness this way, go find someone else. He turned and entered the bathroom. Soon, the sound of running water could be heard. I bit my lip, seething with frustration, slowly putting on the shirt. I was enveloped in his sandalwood scent. It felt as if he was holding me tightly in his arms. His fragrance lingered all over me. The long, suppressed heat surged back fiercely. It spread uncontrollably, escalating beyond restraint. The air seemed hot and humid, damp with tension. I couldn't help but moan softly, clutching the pillow restlessly. The subtle sandalwood scent seemed to seep into my very being. Oh, I really can't take it anymore. Perhaps it was because of Lucas Liu's provocation. My heat cycle had arrived, but he remained so aloof. What should I do? Could it be that he's truly not interested in me? Suddenly, the live comments exploded. Holy crap, what are you doing, male lead? I won't even mention you going wild with yourself under the cover of shower sounds. But how did the female lead's bow swimsuit end up here? Even though it's already damaged, are you really going to untie the bow too? Well, I was wondering where the female lead's swimsuit went. Turns out it's in your hands. You quick-handed rascal, in every sense of the word. Just moments ago, in front of the female lead, you acted all aloof and untouchable like some enlightened monk. So serious and rigid like a celestial cultivator. But behind the scenes, you're really getting creative. Monk bro, the female lead was so seductive earlier too. Her pretending to be angrier about which part had me dying of laughter. She's such a pro, ha ha ha. But Monk bro's still putting on his noble act here. What if the female lead gets discouraged? Female lead, please don't give up on the second male lead, whoa. I'm still waiting to see you go at it 7 times in one night. Monk's second male lead can definitely deliver. I guarantee it. I narrowed my eyes and licked my lips. What a dog of a man. Such a good actor. Fine then. I'll play along with you one last time. Darling. Lucas Liu finished his shower and came out. I had already put on his white shirt, buttoning it all the way to the top. His shirt was oversized on me, revealing large swathes of my pale shoulders and neck. A classic boyfriend shirt look. The white fabric was sheer, and I had no bra on. With every curve, everything was subtly visible. Lucas Liu quickly turned his face away, not daring to look at me. I got out of bed on my own and walked to the door. Mr. Liu, thank you for taking me in. I'm sorry for the trouble. As I reached to open the door, Lucas Liu's steps faltered in panic. He strode up behind me, muttering in frustration. Where do you think you're going? Looking like this? I gave a faint, sorrowful smile. Mr. Liu, you're right. I am exactly the kind of lonely woman you described. Since you don't like me at all, I'll do as you say and immediately find someone else. Never troubling you again. Bang. Lucas Liu abruptly slammed his hand against the door, shutting it firmly just as I had cracked it open. His breath was close, his tall frame enveloping me entirely in shadow. His voice was hoarse, each word seeming to be forced through clenched teeth. Lin Qian, you're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to find someone else. I whimpered in distress. Mr. Liu, you can't do this. You clearly don't want me. So why are you being so domineering and trying to keep me bound? Lucas Liu fell silent, yet the chest pressed against my back was heaving violently. I couldn't help but smirk, yet I said, I'm really hurting. I know you don't want me, but surely someone else will. Mr. Liu, please let me go. No. Lucas Liu's resolve was wavering, so I had to add fuel to the fire. A fluffy, fiery red fox tail suddenly emerged from under my shirt, coiling around Lucas Liu's leg. It was a vulgar, gaudy red, yet it made the man behind me almost stop breathing. I panicked, tugging at the hem of my shirt, desperately trying to cover the tail. His arm and shirt tightened even more against my chest. The thin fabric could hardly conceal anything. I pleaded through tears. Mr. Liu, please don't look at me. Please let me go. If this drags on any longer, I really can't take it anymore. Lucas Liu's moral compass completely shattered. Veins bulged on his strong arms as he wrapped them around my waist, pulling me forcefully into his embrace, burying his face in the crook of my neck. His voice came out soft and muffled. No, I won't let go. You're not allowed to leave. Not allowed to find anyone else. You can only come to me. It can only be me. The untouchable flower had finally fallen completely into the mud. I got so excited my ears popped out. This is way too intense. The live comments were also going wild. Holy supernatural romance. This is premium content. Aloof monk X fox spirit heroine. If you knew who my OTP is, you'd think I'm living the dream. So the innocent little bunny heroine is actually a red fox succubus? No wonder. This mix of purity and allure is truly reeling people in like hooked fish. She's got them completely under her thumb. Panting heavily. Step on it and speed up. My premium membership tires are about to spark from the friction. I can't wait either. I'm starving mad. I slumped weakly into Lucas Lou's embrace, then took the initiative and held him tightly. Just as I was about to kiss him, I saw the corners of his eyes flushed red, his gaze shattered. Mr. Lou? He looked at me with sorrowful eyes, as if he was about to break. Lin Xian, I'm not your tool for making someone jealous, nor am I anyone's substitute. You're not allowed to treat me like that. Oh my God, why didn't anyone tell me that the aloof ascetic would evolve into a pure-hearted, devoted wife after breaking his vows? Who's crazy? I'm crazy. Lesson learned. When the unattainable flower is pulled down from the altar, it turns into a rain-soaked puppy afraid of being toyed with and abandoned. That's the flavor, and it's absolutely satisfying. Female lead. The fake, innocent little flower. And you, my second male lead. You're the real, innocent little flower. Help. Why did the screen go black? Are you bullying me for not having a premium membership? I'm going to subscribe right now. Woo-woo. Second male lead. Please don't go too fast. At that moment, a distinguished annual premium member passed by, proudly displaying his golden badge. My breath hitched, and I lost the mood to keep reading the live comments. I pushed Lucas Lou heavily onto the bed, sitting on top of him. I kneaded him fiercely while soothing him gently. You're not a tool, not someone else's substitute. I don't like no one at all. I only want you. Lucas Lou bit his lip, but I'm different from others. I'm afraid. I pressed a finger to his lips, my tail curling around his waist. Shh, baby, you won't hurt me, because I'm different from others too, and I really want to devour you. We are a perfect match. The prayer beads meant to sever emotions and desires were torn apart, scattering across the floor. Lucas Lou's clear, light eyes shone brightly like those of a wild beast. No longer resisting, he let the flames of desire consume his reason. Lucas Lou was very inexperienced. Lucas Lou was very shy. Lucas Lou was very fierce. He satisfied me completely. It was too intense. I was blissful once again. The buttons on my top were torn off and scattered everywhere, making it unwearable. Fortunately, we docked the next day. I lifted my foot and placed it on Lucas Lou's chest, ordering him to go buy me clothes. Lucas Lou grasped my ankle, kissed it for a long time, and only reluctantly let go. When he returned, he had transformed back into the unattainable, ascetic monk, as if everything from last night had been nothing but a wild dream. But when I put on the dress and linked arms with Lucas Lou, the tips of his ears quietly turned red. Such a sweetheart, so easily flustered. Before we left, we inevitably ran into Noah Ning and Jade Jiang. Noah looked haggard and exhausted, rushing forward to grab me as soon as he saw me. Qian, where did you go yesterday? Do you know how dangerous it is at sea? Sensing Lucas Lou's body suddenly tense up, I soothingly nuzzled his arm, pretending to be scared. I hid behind him, snuggling even closer. My eyes reddened, on the verge of tears. I was with Lucas last night. He was the only one willing to help me, while all of you. Noah's eyes shifted nervously as he said stiffly, I was wrong yesterday. I'll make it up to you today for sure. Your phone was unreachable. Did you block me? Qian, don't be upset with me. It's dangerous for a girl to be out alone. If your clothes were torn, you could have borrowed from Jade, or come to me, your boyfriend. We're almost. Anyway, why bother Lucas with this? Lucas, thank you for your help yesterday. I apologize on her behalf. Lucas Lou's lips curved almost imperceptibly. No need. The live comments erupted with laughter. Your hat's already green. And you're thanking your love rival? Ex-husband bro? I used to find this scumbag and his mistress annoying, but after all those wild moves, they managed to earn a faint smile from the monk. The female lead is truly versatile, sweet and sassy. She's so slick that even if she sold out the scumbag, he'd probably be counting the money for her. I exaggeratedly raised my hand to cover my lips. My phone's in my bag. But Sister Jiang dropped it into the sea yesterday. All my clothes were in there too. And she said no girl would lend me clothes. Didn't she tell you? Jade Jiang panicked. Lin Xian, you green tea bitch. Always stirring up trouble. Noah, after all these years of friendship, who do you believe? Her or me? I quickly tried to mediate. It's fine, really. It's just my swimsuit got cut up. My bag, phone, and clothes were thrown into the ocean. I have nothing, wearing nothing. I hugged myself in shame and fear. With tears in her eyes, she smiled bitterly, but I know Sister Jade didn't mean it. You two have years of friendship. Don't argue over me. If Sister Jade doesn't like me, I'll just leave. Jade Jiang was practically fuming with rage. Hearing this, Noah Ning immediately turned his anger toward Jade Jiang. The two instantly erupted into a heated argument. Finally, a female lead in a tragic story who speaks up when questioned. So satisfying. This match of a green tea B*TCH against the tomboy antagonist is perfect. Fighting poison with poison. What's so great about this hypocritical green tea female lead? Her passive, aggressive act is disgusting. Hope you all encounter such a nasty green tea in your lives. What's bothering you upstairs? Could it be that you're the one always doing shady things and getting called out? More female rivalry. Do these crappy authors have nothing better to write about? Female rivalry? That's her tomboy friend. Not like you girls at all. I yawned and tried to pull Lucas Liu away to leave. But Jade Jiang pointed at me and shouted, Noah, do you really think she's any better? Do you honestly believe she just slept innocently last night and did nothing? She's been cheating on you for ages. You idiot. Can't you see that? Noah said impatiently. Qian is pure-hearted. She wouldn't do such things. Actually, it wasn't just him. No one believed that Lucas and I had anything going on. Jade was nearly fuming with anger at his words. Fine. Then take a look at what your pure-hearted girlfriend has all over her neck. I sighed. Lucas was perfect in every way, except that, after holding back for so long, he tended to get carried away and loved to bite, like a little wolf dog. Though it didn't hurt and was even pleasurable, it didn't look good. When Noah saw the hickeys on my neck, he tried to stay composed. Qian, what is this? It was time to clear things up. Otherwise, my little Lucas puppy would turn back into a broken, rain-soaked dog again. I casually tossed my hair back and openly showed my disdain for him. Noah Ning, from the moment you kissed Jade Jiang, we were already through. I don't fancy using public goods that everyone's touched. How unsanitary is that? Besides, everyone knows you were just toying with me. So naturally, I was doing the same with you. Noah Ning's face turned deathly pale. Qian, you're just saying this to upset me, right? Stop joking. I promise I won't ever again. I could feel Lucas Liu growing increasingly tense. I grabbed his collar, pulled him close, and kissed him right there in front of everyone. Lucas Liu's ears instantly flushed bright red. He clumsily wrapped his arms around my waist. So awkward, yet utterly adorable. As the kiss ended, I nestled lazily in Lucas Liu's embrace and finally said to Noah Ning, I'll be sending you the bill for the discarded phone, clothes, and bags. But I should thank you, really, for leading me to my true love. As for my clean, handsome darling here, I'm not just playing around. I'm absolutely smitten. No one dared to challenge Lucas Liu, especially since everyone had witnessed what happened yesterday. On the way back, Lucas held my arm even tighter. He kept glancing at me before turning away. He seemed to want to say something, but held back, like a puppy trying not to pee. Help! What happened to the aloof, untouchable flower, and the serene monk? How did he get trained like a dog by the female lead? So the female lead got together with the second male lead before breaking up? Isn't that cheating? What terrible values. This is just a one-night stand. Disgusting. Yuck. If anyone cheated, it's the scumbag, okay? He kissed another woman in public and said he was just playing with a female lead. So why can't she do the same to him? I'm telling you, some people really need to stop being so misogynistic. Wow, how can you even blame the female lead? Honestly, if she made a mistake, it's just the same mistake all men in the world make. Disagree. The monk, like second male, lead wouldn't make such a mistake. Disagree. The aloof flower lives in the heavens, not among all men in the world. You guys are too much. Ha ha ha. I curve my lips into a smile and happily grasp Lucas Lou's slender hand, intertwining our fingers. Baby, do you know what the length of a man's middle finger represents? Lucas Lou looked at me with confusion. I spoke boldly. They say it represents the length down there. I rubbed his middle finger. Seems like it's way more than that. Lucas Lou blushed again. I asked him curiously, Baby, what exactly do you like about me? Lucas Lou said slowly, Back in middle school, we attended the same school. I was short, and one time some older bullies tried to extort me. You fought them off and got my wallet back. You even said that this whole area was under your protection, that you were the bloody blade of the cold moon, and from then on I was your underling. But since I was too weak, you could only appoint me as the holy son of Sanskrit for now. You had me recite some Buddhist scriptures after your fights to set the atmosphere, but just a few days later, I transferred schools. I was utterly shocked. Who would have thought that my long, dead Shinibi memories would attack me from such an unexpected angle? Instantly flushed and letting out a sharp, piercing shriek. So you've known all along what I'm really like, and yet you said nothing before? Not saying anything is one thing, but why choose this exact moment to suddenly become so talkative? You just sat there quietly watching me put on this act for so long. You must be feeling pretty smug, aren't you? The tips of his ears turned red. As long as you're willing to put in the effort for me, that's enough. I'm done for. So his whole Chinibu Buddha saint persona was all because of me. Lin Qian, you've led people astray so deeply. The live comments were also going wild with laughter. Help, the innocent female lead turns out to be a former spiritual little sister. What kind of Chinibu title is that? Are you trying to kill me with laughter to inherit my aunt credit pay? I'm a bit moved now. Bloody blade of the cold moon, even if you've forgotten the promises of our youth. The holy son of Sanskrit still remembers. You say the martial world is far behind us. But you don't know my sword still cuts through the blizzard for you to this day. I can't keep this up anymore. Can we start laughing now? Ha ha ha. The female lead is really losing it. She didn't even get this heated during the car chase. Hilarious. Wow. So the holy son of Sanskrit has been quietly watching her act for so long. Could he be a schemer? Lucas Lou, however, relaxed and leaned in for a kiss. I stopped him by pressing my finger to his lips. Such a little mouth. Annoyed, I deliberately showed the hickey on my neck to tease him. Baby, are you a puppy? Keep this up, and I'll have to put a muzzle on you. Lucas Lou wasn't wearing swimwear. His white shirt was buttoned neatly up to the top. Yeah, huh? A few days later, Lucas Lou knelt before me, wearing a black and gold openwork muzzle, a white shirt, black trousers, a chest harness, a leather collar. Only then did I realize just how well I'd been indulging. Too bad the live comments that had long vanished couldn't see this. Uncontrollable tears trickled down the corner of my mouth. I flipped him over and pinned him down, savoring every inch meticulously. So delicious. We tangled passionately until the very end, when he whispered close to my ear. Blushing, he responded softly, Qian, I absolutely love it too. Only by peeling away the cold exterior can you taste the sweet, tender flesh inside. Clumsy, but sincere.